Welcome everyone to AJ's World of Bodybuilding, and we have some great guests today. We have Jason Lowe, who is the ultimate man because he went from classic to the 212 to the open. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We made it to the Olympian Classic, to the Olympian 212, and now trying to get to the Olympian in the Open.
That's the type of evolution we like to see. That's for sure. We have one of the biggest UK legends of all time, Zack King Khan is joining us from Star Wars, or from where are you right now?
I'm outside the Earth's orbit.
and he's also, for people who remember him from his Nutrex days, he's actually been competing. And I remember, Zack, when the COVID went, your shows got canceled and you still finished the prep, Zack, like a real man.
Yeah, like I said to you, it was one of them things. It was uncertain times, and sometimes you got to finish the race for yourself. And you know, whatever the outcome is, it is whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you got to do. Main thing in this sport, you got to do it for yourself, and don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. Because if you do, you ain't gonna wipe your ass even then. You'll be too fucking scared.
We have Dawid Czechowicz, correct? Is that
getting better, brother?
Who is, as you guys saw in the other prediction show, and he brought the whole Polish army with him. Fantastic, David.
Yeah, we got a Hulk as well.
Very good with the Polish support. Guys, we're going to go into the Texas Pro. But first, very quickly, Tampa Pro. Jason, you were there. Quick, who did you have? Kamal or Akeem or Carrot or Keon? Just those two.
So in the Open, I would have probably placed it Kamal, Akeem, Quentin. Just conditioning was insane. And then when they turned, you can't say anymore that shows are one from the back, because when they turned around, Kamal destroyed it. Like, he made everyone else look bad from the back. But that back double bicep.
Was it a big difference live?
Oh, yeah. The back double bicep was just lights out. And honestly, in the 212, I think it could have gone either way. Kareth had much more detail, grainy, dense muscle, the better conditioning for sure. But your eyes are still drawn to Keon just because of that shape. And it was the best he's ever looked. He still needs to bring in better conditioning, but it was an improvement from the past. And he also had more size. So he's just got such a phenomenal shape that it's hard to look away from. So I think that one was a coin toss for me.
As a great pro yourself, is it hard to see guys beat other guys on shape?
Yeah. It's pissed me. I mean, I've gotten beat that way before. Keon's beaten me that way before, where I came in way more conditioned than him, and you know, just as big or bigger, and you know, but he's, you know, some of those people just have that shape and that, you know, certain body parts that, you know, you're just drawn to, and it's hard to look away from. And yeah, it's frustrating.
Quick, before I ask David and Zack the same thing, what was the reaction at Tampa from the crowd when Akeem was announced the winner and not Kamal?
It wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty, huh?
No, it wasn't pretty. I think the consensus from the majority was that it should have gone the other way.
King Khan, did you watch it or just on your shitty Instagram feed?
I just saw it on the shitty Instagram feed. So obviously, you can't take too much away, but from the feedback from the fans and the people who were there, and especially from the people who were there, I got the what's it now? I got the feeling that Kamal was ripped off. You know what I mean? Basically, it was ripped off, and he should have been placed the winner. And I think, and a lot of people are saying the only reason he might not got placed the winner was because if he won, he would have robbed somebody of a place in the Open. And obviously, it made sense to give it to Hakeem, who will obviously carry on dieting and probably will bring the best version of himself to the Olympia, where he could be in the top 5 because he has the tools to be top 5. I think Kamal should not have said he's not going to do the open. He should have just kept it quiet and did what he had to do.
David, you watched it also from you watched it with a stream, or did you watch it via Instagram or different?
Yeah, I saw it from the Instagram, but as Zach said, they just gave it to Hakeem because they're like, if we can have even more recognition, then why are we going to give the win to a guy who is going to compete anyway into 12? So what's the point then? But to be honest, when we look at the photos, the only thing that could carry Hakeem is the size, because all of the shape, the complete structure speaks for the Kamal. So I don't understand the placing, but on the other hand, the size, maybe that was the only case, to be honest.
Only thing, Jason, if you lose a show, but you're always in the middle, the entire prejudging, and when you check the scorecards the day after, you even lost prejudging, then you know something is very fishy. But we are here to talk about the Texas Pro. It's going to be probably the best show,
huge
open show since the Arnold Classic. Wouldn't you
huge.
say?
The lineup's crazy.
David, do you think so, or?
I'm already quite surprised that people were like, where is Andrew Jack? Where is Andrew Jack? And his name is, Chinedu Andrew Obika. So they didn't even know that it's his name. But as you said, it is going to be really, really stacked show. And we have quite many people who are looking for some kind of redemption. So they still want to qualify for the Olympia. And there are not many shows left.
We are going to talk about the top 6, 8 guys because there's so many guys. We're going to keep it quick, but we're going to go straight to it. Eddie Brocamontes, I wouldn't say surprised everyone, but he came in at one of his best condition we've seen. He's with a new coach, Matt Jansen. He's brought one of his best conditioning, and he came in at 6th place at the Tampa Pro. How did you like him, Jason? You saw him live.
I think he has a good shape. He didn't quite have the size to hang with like Hakeem, but he was in condition. I think he lacked a little bit of separation to me, like in the quads and stuff like that. They were conditioned, just not quite as much detail. But he looked good. I don't know how he's going to fare in Texas because there's some big guys going to be there.
David, do you think he'll crack the top 4 in this lineup?
There's no way he's cracking top 4, to be honest. He's going to be like, the best thing that can happen to him is 7th place, because we have people like Phil Klaha, who was before him in the last show, Kamal, Martin, Steve Kuklo, who is going to fight probably for the qualification. It's his show, so to speak. Maki, who was 4th, and the guy that everyone is looking for, so Andrew Jack.
Zack King, Phil Clayar, he's 48 years old. He brought his best conditioning that I think I've seen him. He did his own prep with the help of George Farah, but he came in you can see during the post down at Tampa that his conditioning was very good. But he fell down in places. What should his strategy be right now? Because he came in great condition, but he couldn't even crack the top 3.
I think with him, he needs to work on his condition and keep that fullness because he started to lose his fullness when he was pausing, and in the evening he faded, and that's the reason he got dropped down a place. You know what I mean? But the main thing with Phil is he needs to stop trying to compete with other people on the sides and play his own game. And the thing what I notice is when he tries to play the size game, he tries to carb up too much and he holds it on his stomach. And you can't be doing that because once his stomach starts filling out, he throws his whole physique off. He needs to keep that stomach tight, really tight and small as he can. So he needs to either find a solution of carving up early in the week and start depleting coming up to the show instead of trying to carve up really late right up to the show, and then he's got a bit of a distension and he's got like a little bit of, you know, loose skin around his stomach. What is down to, might be down to age or whatever, I don't know, but he didn't have that last year. Last year he was film wrapped around his stomach and was tight, and they're going to look at that, you know what I mean? So something just as that can throw his physique off, so he needs to come in tight.
What can you do with that loose skin on the stomach? Is there any way to change that now at his age?
Only thing he can do is he needs to make sure that when he's carving up and he dries out, if he dries out good enough, his skin will stick to his stomach, you know what I mean? And he won't have a problem. But when you got subcutaneous water, it's gonna have a film of water around there and it will do stuff like that. Like some people have it on their lower back and you notice that the wrinkles in the lower back. So if they don't carve up properly and dry out properly, they can hold that the skin on the lower back. I have that problem as well at times. So I have to make sure that I carve up and make sure the muscles are full enough to stretch that skin out.
I think that was the biggest thing is he was flat for sure. And
Yeah.
I think when the muscles aren't pushing out against that skin, that's when you get that little bit of loose skin there. He was peeled to the bone, but he was definitely flat.
Yeah, but he himself. Yeah.
What was that?
Especially at his age, he needs to play the size.
Yeah, he himself said that he's going to suffer a lot. That's why perhaps he suffered too much and he didn't have enough time to, you know, to carb up. So, but being in his shape, is it even worth, you know, trying to get even leaner, so to speak? Because he's going to lose the fullness, and if he loses the fullness, he's going to have the loose skin on the stomach.
Yeah. From Tampa to Texas, if I was him, I would almost eat into the show. Like I would not try and diet down anymore. I would probably start increasing the food all the way into it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even bother training at all either, because his metabolism will be running so fast, and only thing will happen is if he's training in the gym, he's just going to deplete his muscles even more. So what he's better off doing is just pausing and pause, eat all week. That's all he needs to do.
Kamal El-Garni, first of all, what a career. Winning the Arnold Classic in 2017 with no hype coming in. We in Europe obviously knows who he is, but the American scene probably didn't even know his last name. Then he wins the 212. Then he plays second and third, looking as good as he did. Turning up now at Tampa, age 51. 10 pounds upper muscle, gets robbed. What is his mindset right now, Jason, going into to Texas?
I mean, Kamal's got a strong mindset, so I know he's still top of the world coming in. He's coming to win, and he's coming to bring his best. If the judging is consistent from Tampa to here, obviously, I don't think he'll be able to get the win just because they're obviously giving it to the size, and you got Steve Kuklo, you got some big guys in this show, but I know his mindset is he's still coming to win. He's wants to improve even from what he brought.
Do you guys think that Keon can take Kamal? Watching the 212 and comparing him to the
shape-wise, for sure, muscle-wise, maybe even, but if they stand next to each other, Keon's gonna look soft.
Keon, the problem is, like you notice with these bodybuilders like Keon, coming into the show, they're looking amazing, they're looking shredded, they've got striation, and the problem is you can't take that filter on stage with you. And I mean, I'm sorry, but everybody does it. You're building up this fucking hype for fucking 12, 10, 8, fucking 6, 4, 2, and then you got this expectation of Keon and other bodybuilders looking like fucking gonna be like granite, and they get on stage and you're like, what the fuck? They look like butter. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sorry, but they build up that expectation themselves to be let down. I'd rather people not build up that expectation like Kamal does. No fucking filters. What you see in the gym is what you get. And that's what you got on stage, even better. Even better.
Do you even think that Kamal knows how to set the filters on his photos?
Exactly. Yeah.
With all of the respect, but he doesn't know.
No. And like the sad thing about it is like with Kamal now going into Texas, if they're going the way the judges are going, he's gonna drop down a place, most likely.
Martin Fitzwater, I had a great interview with him. You can check it out. It's out on my channel. Martin Fitzwater, he's been training with Branch Warren. He did great placings last year, placing, I think it was 5th at the Legion, and then later at the, what was it, the Dallas?
I think it was 4th at Texas and 5th at Legion, maybe.
He's hungry. He said he's in his best, like Branch has taught him now this real conditioning that he needs. He's going to come in shredded, and at 5'7", he's a little bit smaller than the Kuklo and Andrew Jack, but Zack, are you familiar with Martin Fitzwater? Yeah,
he's got a nice looking physique on him. What, is he entering the Open or 212?
Yes, no, and he gets very offended when you say, when people is saying, because he's 200, he's around 230 on stage.
Yeah, but the reason why I said that is no disrespect to him or anything like that. It's like he's gonna find it really hard to compete in Texas with the big boys, because you're gonna have this situation where you've got a few tall bodybuilders in this class now. You've got Andrew, you've got Steve Kuklo, and you've got that other tall guy as well. So there's going to be a lot of giants on stage.
Phil and the Korean, and yeah, there's some tall guys there.
Quentin, you know what I'm saying?
Quentin, so, of course.
Yeah, so you're going to have a lot of bodybuilders who are 6 foot. So you got to remember. So you got a lot of 6 foot bodybuilders who are going to probably be in the first call out. It's going to probably be about 4 of them bodybuilders are going to be 6 foot, and then you probably get Kamal in that mix. So then you got to ask yourself, which one is the odd one out? And the odd one out is going to be Kamal, because he's going to be super shredded. So either way, he's either going to be super shredded and he stands out and he beats the crowd favorite again, and everybody says the judging sucks. Or what happens is, you got Kuklo, he's Texas's son. So he is the favorite son of Texas. So he is the most favorite person to win that. So anybody to overturn him has to be really good.
Well, we got a surprise last year, because I had Kuklo winning, but they gave it to Ian, and that was in Texas. But Jason, what's Martin gonna do? You are the similar height, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 5'8".
And how much are you on stage?
My goal next time I get on stage is to be about 225, 230.
So how did you feel out at your show now, where you were a little bit smaller than the other guys?
I over dieted for sure, and I was too small. So I still felt like my shape held me up a little bit there, but I definitely, looking at the videos, pictures, I gotta have more size to stand with those guys. So that's why I'm taking the year to do that. As far as Martin goes, I mean, like he said, it's going to be hard to stand with those really tall, really big guys. But he's got a good shape. If he can bring in really good condition, much better than he did last year. I think the last time we saw him really in shape was when he turned pro. So if he can bring in some really sharp conditioning, I mean, we'll see what he can do, but he's going to have trouble with the size, I think, with those really big guys.
David, one question. Do you see Martin in the top 4 at Texas? He said to me he's coming for the win. Do you think he will be in the top 4?
Well, first of all, he got way more humble than he used to be. He really, under Branch guidance, he really changed, because I saw a few of his comments before, And as you said, he used to get really offensive, but now he's more chilled, which is props to him. Really, really, really. He really improved after, I think, this Nick Walker incident when
we remember
when he said word too much. But I actually have him in top 5 because his shape is really, really nice, and working with Branch is going to make you suffer. That's for sure. If you train with Branch, he's going to leave you like breathless every workout. And I know that Martin can suffer. So if he comes in shape, he's going to be compared somewhere, as we speak of the height, with the Kamal, because they are two, smaller guys, so to speak. But I have him in the top 5, to be honest.
Here we come next. I remember back in the day, he was supposed to be the new Mr. Olympia, Steve Kuklo. We remember that for people for 10 years ago. I've never seen such hype. Incredible athlete, as a very young athlete. He made improvements, slowly improvements every year, but he's not gone to the Olympia last year. He recreated his physique. We saw him with a different, more streamlined look. And he's got to be the favorite coming in here. Maybe we have another guy, but based on past, the favorite, Steve Kuklo, Zack King, Steve Kuklo. We're in Texas. He's hungry. He's not qualified to the Olympia, even though he has high on points. He needs a win to be in that top 10 guy. Because when you see top 10 at the Olympia, David, there's so many guys that can be top 10. It's not like before, top 10. Now you really gotta, so Steve Kuklo, Texas, Zach, what do you think?
It really comes down to 2 factors here. Andrew Jack and Quinton. So whether to them, if they're gonna push him, they can win. If they can't push him,
Zach,
then Steve is gonna win outright.
We lost you for a second. Can you start over again?
Yeah, I said it comes down to the factors of Quinton and Andrew Jack are his main competitors going into the show. Quinton because he came third, Andrew Jack because he's the enigma, unknown factor, and he's got the best structure out of all of them. And if he can come in condition, the guy, to me, can win the show. Outright can win the show. He's got better structure, better deep line separation than Steve, and he's just got that wow factor. Andrew Jack has probably got the best RM5 pose since Sean Ray.
What, really?
Yeah. He's got such symmetrical abs and separation. It reminds me of Sean Ray. Oh, amazing. Yeah.
Are you impressed with Andrew Jack, Jason, what you've seen?
Yeah, his physique is insane, honestly. Like the muscle bellies, the roundness, the symmetry. We just got to see him in shape. We haven't seen it yet. And I just watched his interview on Flex Lewis's podcast. And this is his first time actually doing a prep, he said.
Wow.
Every other show he's done, he prepped for like a week or two. He's never actually prepped.
But but Jason, do we believe that?
Man, I don't know. He always stays lean. So if he's already lean and then he depletes for a couple weeks, I don't know. But even the video I think he posted, maybe posing 2 weeks out, from the front, he looks insane. From the side and the back, he's still a ways out. So I don't know if he can pull that together and come in really peeled. But if he comes in shredded, he's a problem for everybody.
Because David, we saw Andrew at the Arnold Classic where pro qualifier, the competition was not prime time, and his condition, David, what do you think about his pro card win?
But do you guys think that he even had to diet? Because once you get so sure that you're going to win, do you really care? When the hype is so high, you basically are aware of who are you going against, and you're like, meh, I'm going to take it anyway. Now he has guys with a caliber like Steve Kuklo, Joseph Machi, who we saw that was basically skinless. Kamal, he can't, if he's off, he's not winning. That's all. He's not taking it because Steve is going to be in shape. Probably he took a lesson because last year he lost to Ian because Ian was drier, so to speak, and he can't really come off. So, and Quinton as well, the taller guy, but we can't really deny this guy. He's like, you know, he's like something we've been waiting for since a long time. If he that is the thing. If he shows up in shape, there is no way anyone takes him.
Are you sure about that?
In this lineup.
Steve Kuklo is a bit. Jason, are we sure about that?
Steve is definitely my pick to win this show. But like David said, if Andrew comes in peeled to the bone, that's dangerous, man.
Zach.
And the thing is, why the hell is Andrew only dieting for a couple of weeks? Come on, man. Come on. Fucking, you're entering a show with the top bodybuilders in the world to get qualified for the Olympia. Don't come out with excuses that you only dieted 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Because number one, it's disrespectful to the other competitors, and two, you make yourself look like a dick. Because nobody's going to believe you. Because, listen, why not diet properly and say, listen, I did the best I could do, and this is the best I can be. Maybe he has the problem. He doesn't like suffering.
Imagine if he loses now and he says that he has been only dieting for like 6 weeks. He makes a fool of himself.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe the problem is it's not that he doesn't like dieting. He doesn't like dieting. That's the problem. He can't handle dieting, and he loses his head. And then basically he likes to have a cheat meal. Like Rami, first time he suffered was for the first Olympia, where Dennis James and Chad Nichols said to him, "Fly your ass to Dennis James' house because these people around in Egypt are saying, oh, is Rami okay? He's lightheaded. He can't walk properly." No, that's fucking dieting. That's good. You need to feel like shit. You need to feel like death. You know, that's when you know you are gonna be in fucking shape. It's the person who dares to suffer, you know, is the one who's gonna win the show. And you can't be coming out with shit like, oh, I only dieted 2 weeks, because it sounds unbelievable. Nobody's gonna believe you. I'm sorry. Nobody.
We gotta go to our top 5 because we got 6 minutes left. Joey Mackey, tremendous showing, by the way. Beautiful. Quick, Jason, impressed with Joey Mackey?
It was definitely his best showing yet, for sure. I honestly thought he was going to be in 5th, and then he ended up, I think, at the night show at finals, he passed over Phil because Phil started flattening out, and Mackey came even harder. So definitely his best. It was impressive. You know, I'm not quite as impressive as his strength, but
no, that's something else. And then we have Quinton, and then we have the gentleman from Korea, Sung Lee. No, what is it?
Sung Lee.
Yeah. Zach, your top 3, and who takes it?
My top 3 is, in no particular order, it's going to be obviously Steve. Andrew is the question mark, wow factor. You know what I mean? He's either going to be in the top, he's either going to be in the first call out, or he's not going to be in the first call out. It's that type of situation with him. And obviously Kamal will be in there, Quinton will be in there. And then if you're looking at from the Tampa, the momentum, and then you got Mackey as well. You know what I'm saying? And you got Phil, that they can overpass each other. You know what I mean? So apart from that, you're going to see the usual suspects with the added few question marks with Andrew Jack and some other guys we probably haven't, you know, even talked about yet. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's definitely Steve Kuklo's show to lose.
David?
Yeah, as Zach said, probably if there's so much ifs, you know, because Kamal, we don't know how people are going to judge Kamal, but Steve is just too tall, too wide, and we saw already that he comes in shape, that it's going to be hard to beat. And you know, Joseph Maki, top 5 guy, but Andrew Jack, Quinton, Steve, and Kamal in no particular order, and then I'm having Martin, to be honest. Martin, Joseph, Maki, and Klaha fighting for 5th.
Jason?
I hate to sound repetitive, but I mean, I would probably have Steve winning. I don't think Andrew's going to be able to hold up to the conditioning on that. But I think his shape, his muscle bellies will still put him in that top 4, top 5 at least, if not the top 3. Then Quinton, if he comes in a little fuller, I think he was very shaky in Tampa. I think it was a little flat, a little dehydrated. It's like he was shaking a lot in his posing. If he comes in a little tighter, fuller, and just a little better stage presence. And then Kamal and Phil are right there. Because Kamal is going to come even better. I don't see him fading at all. And then if Phil comes in fuller and tighter, he could really do some damage here too. He's a bigger guy, just like, you know, Steve. So
I'm not sure who's going to be my top 3, but I have Steve Kuklo. He needs this win, and I think he's going to do it. He has the experience. He's going to be in condition. He knows what to do, and I got him for the win. Guys, thank you very much. You can check out Jason Lowe's YouTube channel. What it's called?
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's just my name, Jason Lowe.
David, your YouTube channel is?
The same, Dawid Czechowicz. Not Jason Lowe, but Dawid Czechowicz.
And Zack King, you are now also a bikini coach, correct?
Yeah, I coach bikini girls, I coach the bodybuilders, lifestyle people, you know what I mean? So I do that on the side, you know what I mean, as well.
Where
But
can they contact you?
Well, like I said, on my Instagram page, your boy Zack King, ZKK. So just follow me on that. My account's been deleted about 9 times, so you know what I mean. So,
and you also have the world's best tasting protein, correct?
Yes. Obviously, you know what I mean. But like I said, you know, everybody, you know, when it comes to a certain spec of protein, everybody's got good protein. You have to go for what tastes nice for you, what you like, and what agrees with your stomach is the main thing. You know what I mean? You can have the best protein in the world with everything in there. You know what I mean? Glutamine, creatine, amino spectrum, everything, digestive enzyme. Boy, you can fucking drink it and you'll just fucking go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Get your guts out. You know what I mean? So you got to get the balance right. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. And Zack, I will be seeing you at the Arnold Classic, correct?
Yes,
Yes. Okay, guys, thank you very much.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.